Welcome back to the basement, the friendliest place on YouTube, continuing our methodical and melodical journey.
It's through Hyrule, yeah.
Methodical, melodical.
Burning every bush. Yeah.
Subnautical.
Subnautical.
Under the water.
Did you ever play Subnautica?
No, but that game sounds like the worst.
Yeah, people were into it.
I don't like being in large tracts of water because of what I'm afraid could be inside. And that game is all about fear-mongering. Making you more afraid of being underwater and in water.
Ted's afraid of water. Wait, you're afraid of water?
I'm afraid of what's in the water.
Oh,
not like poison.
What's under the surface of dark water?
Oh, yeah, dude. Because, like, the stuff that's furthest down in those deep things are the most creepy looking things you've ever seen in your life.
And it's an incredibly common theme in Japanese horror. And many old philosophers and theologians posited that evil came from the sea.
Ooh.
In fact, the Bible says in heaven there will be no more sea.
Thank God.
And it's like, why? Why the sea? Also,
there's no surfing.
Well,
or fishing.
You could go seal surfing.
A sand seal?
Can I?
I don't think you can even get those.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
In that little tree hallway.
But you can kind of, like... You can get the ones below you, but you can't get the ones above you.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I can smush into this bush a little. See that?
Smush into
the bush. But I can't
bush.
Smush into that bush at all. Hey, smush into the bush. Love a George Bush.
Smush into the bush.
He laughs a little like George McFly. Now, Biff. They tell you my middle child went
into the bush
as George McFly for Halloween. He did great. His slicked hair and his nerd shirt pocket protector.
Nice.
He had the idea he wanted his older brother to be Biff. And his sister to be Lorraine or whatever. Whoever.
Lorraine.
Is that her name? It probably is.
It is,
Lorraine.
Yeah, it's totally Lorraine.
She's a Minnesota actress.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
And she was also in Howard the Duck.
Oh, no.
Which I've never seen, but...
I haven't either, but I've heard it's really a mess.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite awful. I've heard it's worse than a waffle.
Oh, that's not good. I love a good waffle.
I prefer pancakes.
Oh!
I know, it's unpopular opinion, but I've come around on pancakes.
Why?
I make really good pancakes. I make them with eggnog instead of milk and eggs instead of not eggs. And
so you make a waffle.
They're thick and they're fluffy, and I put chocolate chips in them, but like semi-sweet chocolate chunks.
So why can't you do that with a waffle and make it better?
Waffles are better to put syrup in.
It sounded like I just exasperated you with that question. Waffles are better.
If we're gonna talk about this, let's do it right. Okay, this one's done.
All right. Marking it up on the old thingy.
Well, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, I would have $2.
How did that guy die? You must have hit him with the rod as it popped out of your...
Oh, I think the Lionel's sword beam bounced off my magic shield and hit him. I didn't realize it could still do damage after it bounced.
That's cool.
Was that what happened? Guys, watch the replay.
Know. Yeah, watch the replay. Rewind a little bit. You never answered my question. Maybe that was even last. Yeah, it was definitely last episode. What's your favorite trap that Kevin McAllister sets up for the bad guys?
Oh, well, I said. You were asking about Home Alone 2.
Yeah, and then now I'm changing the
just overall
question.
Yeah. So I like when he plays the movie really loud. That movie that wasn't a movie, and they made it just for Home Alone. That get out of here, I'm gonna give you to the count of 10.
Angels with filthy souls.
Yeah, that's the one. Angels.
Do you know in the second movie what the movie's called?
No.
Angels with Filthier Souls.
Really?
It's a sequel to the
I thought it'd be like
original.
Demons with Squeaky Clean Shoes.
I saw and heard the most interesting theory about about Home Alone.
Was it like a film theory deal?
Kind of, yeah.
The film theory.
It wasn't made by Matt Pat, though.
A film theory.
So this theory posits that the story is actually the story of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ooh.
Go
on.
So an interesting thing, the old man that shovels the ice, his name is Old Man Marley.
Oh, yes. Okay.
The two crooks are Christmas spirits, and that's why they can't be killed, even though they survive all sorts of crazy death and stuff. Because they
Which spirits? Are they both
I don't know.
present?
Christmas past, Christmas present. I don't know.
Okay.
But this theory is a little bit,
Sure.
it's got holes in it.
It's a little loose.
But the interesting thing is though,
loosey-goosey. Why do they respawn?
Kevin wishes that his family would disappear, and then these guys show up and basically teach him that he misses his family.
What it's like if his family does disappear.
So he kind of they don't show him the meaning of Christmas, which was kind of the point of Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge, but they kind of bring him around. They're kind of the catalyst, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like the spirits did. And then here's another interesting theory that doesn't quite go along with it, but this is cool. This theory is that John Candy is actually the devil in it. So have you ever watched
He's the guy driving the van.
Yes.
And the mom wants to hitch a ride home with him.
Yeah. So in like these old tales about people selling their soul to the devil for whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this one's done.
It always happens at a crossroad.
That's true.
And she's at the airport. And it's a big crossroad.
Oh.
And she's talking to the lady at the desk. Oh, I gotta mark this one off.
Yeah.
She's talking to the lady at the death, and she says, "If I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I'll do it to get back home."
She does say that.
Right after she says that is when John Candy says, "I couldn't help but overhear what you just said. I think I could help you out."
That is
Isn't that
interesting.
uncanny?
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing too.
It's
when people,
John Candy.
It's un-John Candy.
But that's just a candy. A John Candy. This is the stupidest joke I've ever told in the basement.
I know. I'm laughing partially because it's funny, but partially because it's so dumb that it became funny. Like wrapped around, it's kind of like you know,
sure.
Went around the whole cycle of funniness.
It's funny how unfunny that was.
It entered the uncandy valley.
Uh-oh.
You know what? We should make that. We should make that a thing, because that actually makes sense. The uncandy valley. It's with the joke goes so far around the other side that it becomes funny again.
Wait,
John Candy was a comedian.
But people are going to think it's named for John Candy because he kept telling jokes that were so unfunny that they became funny again. And that wouldn't be nice.
No, it's the uncandy valley.
Oh, okay. Deal. Got it.
Anyway.
Done.
So, here's the interesting thing, too, though, about that theory about John Candy being the devil in the movie, is that in those folktales about the devil showing up and someone like trading their soul for some kind of thing, usually there's an irony that happens that makes it so that it wasn't even worth them selling their soul in the end anyway.
Sure, right. It
And
ends up being
the
some
mom
sort of curse.
Gets home at the same time as the rest of the family because the flight ends up going through.
Right. Despite, yeah, because they were kind of like dividing to conquer, right? Like they were not putting all their eggs in one basket. But she has such a heck of a time
just
on
trying
that
to
road trip. How awful it is.
Yeah. And
okay, that screen is
done. And
done.
all right, this next one I don't know if you even can do anything to it. Oh, there's
first. Well, I could kill Zora. I'm gonna kill him on this screen first, though. Yeah, die. Where's your Messiah now?
What? The last little thing. This wasn't in the video, but I put this piece together. If the John Candy is the devil theory kind of holds true, he's also he's touring with a band of musicians, and he at one point in the van he's like, you know, these guys all really wanted to go on the road, and now they don't ever get to see their families.
Oh, they probably sold their soul to him.
Exactly,
in order to
and he's
be on
like,
the road.
this guy, he hasn't seen his family. He's never even met his own kid. Like, stuff like that. And they're all musicians, right?
Uh-huh.
So, because the classic story of somebody selling their soul
is to be really
a good musician.
Yep.
Right? And so these guys are all really good musicians, and the irony is that they're all in a polka band.
They are all in a polka
They're in the best.
band.
So like, you know, maybe they sold their soul to be like, I want to be in a touring,
right?
like the best touring band in America, and then it's the polka band, and they're like the best polka band in the Midwest. It's like the worst possible version of being a top-rated touring musician.
Am I back on row 2 right now?
You are on row 2. You need to go north 1. And now this is one that we have not finished.
This is just a warp.
Right.
See, here's an example of 2 on one screen, but they go to the
but they
same
both go to the
place,
same thing, right? Yeah.
I was pressing right and not up.
So anyway, that's my John Candy is the Devil theory.
Dude, that's an interesting one.
It holds up pretty good. That one holds up better than the Scrooge, the different homages to Christmas Carol.
Well, and I mean the whole Scrooge thing too, like here's what your life would have been like if things were different thing, is just It's a Wonderful Life.
We're so close.
We're so close. We're so close. Listen, lady.
I was gonna say, do it.
Here, you just take this and you didn't see nothing, okay? Thanks.
Master using it, and you can have. Why can't master using it if you don't ever let me practice with it?
You know, when I was a kid, I always thought that meant like the master is using this. But
master using this.
And
please take.
You can have it. Oh, great.
Master, you are using this, and you can have it.
Excuse me, where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, 1 down. We gotta get rid of these guys.
Jeez, there are a lot of them. Now they're gone.
Okay, now I'm gonna leave the screen and come back a few times, and all of a sudden they'll all be back at some point. And that will be annoying, because you can't tell right away.
Okay, so the one where you took the raft up, that one's done.
Right, so I think we're in A, B, C, D, E, F. F something. 3 or 4? I mean, 5 or 6?
We're in H6.
H?
Yep. So the previous one was G. You gotta remember that the cemetery is A and B on that row.
I was thinking there were 12 across, and so I was counting to the 6th letter, but there's 16 across, so I should have counted to the 8th letter, which is H, right? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I don't know if I can light those middle bushes. Not very well.
So my favorite trap, to go back to the question that you still haven't answered.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I
Wait,
said
no, you
I liked
did.
the movie
You
thing.
said that you liked the movie.
And he puts the firecrackers in the pan, so it sounds like real gunfire. Because I was like, they're not going to fall for loud movie gunfire.
It's true, especially in the 90s or whatever, when the TV... I'm gonna give you, to the count of 10, to get you lousy,
Yella,
no good, keister out my door.
ugly keister.
Keister.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Keep the change, and a happy new year. That's in the second movie.
Really?
I knew it was you. I could smell you getting off the elevator.
Ew.
It's me. Frankie, it's me.
I knew it was you. It's a pretty good line.
What a mean thing to say to somebody, too. I could smell you getting off the elevator.
He's a real jerk. Is that
I
Joe
mean,
Pesci?
maybe he was saying something about no, Joe Pesci's the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. What am I thinking? Okay.
Some guy. I don't even know who the other guy is.
Now, all we have to do is all of these.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you took care of the middle ones first. They're harder to keep track.
Well, and they're also more likely, so I thought if one of them went, then we wouldn't have to do all these.
Another piece of Home Alone trivia is that Fuller, the the kid he doesn't want to sleep in bed with because he'll wet the bed, is Macaulay Culkin's little brother, Kieran.
Oh, in real life.
In real life.
IRL.
Did you know that Macaulay Culkin changed his name? I don't know why I have all of these tidbits, but they just keep coming up.
I know why.
Macaulay Culkin changed his name. Do you know what he changed it to?
You're his biggest fan.
Oh, dude. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's great.
Snoop Lion?
He actually put it out. No, he put it out on Twitter, and he said, I am going to change my name to whatever Twitter, my middle name, I think he said. You guys get to vote on what I'm going to change my middle name to.
Okay.
He put a vote out to Twitter, and it came back. His new name, full name is...
Oh, I think can I guess?
Yes.
Is his middle name Macaulay Culkin?
Yes! Macaulay Culkin,
I might have
Culkin.
seen it somewhere. It's really funny.
Genius.
I wonder what got second place, like Snoop Lion or something. That'd be funny. Bruno Mars.
Macaulay Culkin.
It's like there was what's the white rapper guy? Bulldog, maybe? Is that the name of a guy?
He's not a rapper guy. He's like a techno guy.
Okay. Well, I think that's who I'm thinking of. He had a
Or maybe I'm thinking Pitbull.
Oh yeah, Pitbull. I think that's his name. He had a contest where it was one of those things where the internet gets to vote, which is always a bad idea. It's always a bad idea.
Because the trolls can definitely win.
And he had a thing where whichever Walmart store in the United States got the most votes, he would go play a show there.
At the Walmart?
Yeah, and the smallest population Alaskan town won. So we had to go do a show there.
Oh, and then no audience.
I think Justin Bieber had one too that was like, everyone's always saying like, oh, why don't you come to Italy? Or why don't you, like these world tours, I can't stop in every country. But listen, this time, any country, the one that gets the most votes, I'll go, guess who won?
Hold on.
Just guess.
Kuwait.
North Korea. I'm like, oh my gosh, the internet is the funniest thing ever.
The one place. No, but I was thinking something like that, but I didn't think of that country. Oh my gosh.
North Korea. Okay.
He didn't do it, did he?
The screen, I don't remember. The screen to the left of me won. It may have been, like, he may have said, like, okay, lawyers, see what you can do. And the lawyers were like, you're not going to play there. And he's like, sorry, North Korea won't let me play there. Second place was Germany. So I'll go there. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
That was incredible.
The internet is just the best.
And the worst all at the same time.
Well, yeah, for sure. But, like, I don't know. Whenever someone says something funny or, like, I don't know, like a respected comedian says something stupid or whatever, it's like, okay, immediate rainbow flashing, unicorn flying video, auto-tune, go. And just within moments, it feels like it's turned into something that can make you cry. You laugh so hard. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I've been laughing pretty hard just thinking about it.
Dude, you know what has made me laugh ultra hard not too long ago? And I don't know why. This series came out like over a year ago, but I finally just started watching it. PewDiePie playing Minecraft in 2019.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if it's like revolutionary or anything, but he barely understands the game, even though he's played it before, because there's so much new stuff now.
Right.
And so, but he really puts like hours into every episode of footage, but they all end up being like 20 minutes long, so a lot's cut out. But it's pretty stinking funny because there's some stuff that like, he's like, what if you do this? And you see it coming from a mile away, like what's going to happen. But he doesn't.
Yeah, I remember he put a bed. He tried to sleep in a bed.
Right. Everyone's like, there's a really cool Easter egg if you sleep in the nether. And he's like, okay.
Boom. Blows up.
Yeah. But I don't remember specifically what got me rolling so hard, but I was laughing pretty good.
Getting a little sleepy there, Peter?
No.
Good. Keep counting bushes. Don't fall asleep. I know they look like green sheep without heads or feet.
George Jr.
You're naming them all? I told you not to name them. You can name them, you get attached. You can't burn them down anymore.
Barb, who's at the door? It's your sons, Jeb Bush and George Bush Jr. In The Simpsons, where George Bush Sr. moves next to Homer.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know what the names of the sons of George H.W. Bush were, and so I thought that Homer was making it up on the spot when he said Jeb Bush and George Bush Jr. I was like, he's not gonna believe
Those aren't
that.
real names.
And yep, that's their names.
Well, I'll be. It's my kids.
Okay, this one's done.
Cool, and we're gonna continue this next time.
In the basement.